going to be discussing central angles and their arc measures. We're on page 3 of your note packet, but you should have already read over the vocab on pages 1 and 2 just to kind of be familiar with the terms we're going to be talking about. We're going to redefine central angle. So a central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of the circle. So our center is point B right here. And its two sides are radii, because one of its sides is from B to A. The other side is from B to C, and both of those start at the center of both edge of the circle, so those are radius. The sum of all central angles in the circle is 360 degrees. So again, my angle could either be angle ABC or angle CBA. The degree of the arc formed by the endpoints of the central angle. So if I go from the endpoints of my central angle, one of those is A, the other one is C. So my arc is going to be this AC right here. Those are going to be equal. So the angle, the central angle measured, and the arc connected by those two endpoints, or the one where if you think of it as a Pac-Man and that angle is opening up and meeting the arc, those are going to be equal to each other. So since my angle is 84 degrees, that arc from A to C is going to also be 84 degrees. Now this other arc, A to D to C, well that's a major arc, which if you read your vocab, you know that 3 letters tell you a major arc. So that's going to be more than 180 degrees. Well, if I know that all of them equal 360, and my one that I already have is 84, I can subtract those two to get a total of 276 degrees. So let's just try some of these things that we want to look at as we're doing this. Again, if the vertex is at the center, which all of these are, they're going to be equal angle to arc. But other things we want to look for are diameters, because that cuts a circle in half. Vertical angles, because those are going to be equal, so on and so forth. So when I look at this to start, I notice I have a pair of vertical angles. So that one is 21, this other one has to be 21. And then I also notice that this is cutting my circle in half. So I know that one side is 180. If I know one piece is 21, I can subtract that away in order to get 159 here. And again, those are verticals, so 159 over here. I can add all 3 or 4 of those up, and I'm going to be at 180. So J to K. J to K, that goes back to this angle right here, which is equal to 21 degrees. So that arc is equal to 21 degrees. K to L. K to L. That goes back to this angle right here. That angle is equal to 159 degrees. So that arc is equal to 159 degrees. Angle J and M. Sorry, same one. J to N to M. That angle sitting there is 159 degrees. All right. J to K to M. Make sure you go in the order it says. J to K to M. So I want all of those. So I am trapping 21, 159, and 21 again. So I am trapping 201 degrees. And then the last one, M to K to L. So M to K to L. I am trapping everything but 21 degrees. The whole thing is 360. So I am trapping 339 degrees. Okay, let's try another one. The first thing I see here is I see a diameter. I have a 72, and I have an 87 on that side, so I can do 180 minus 72 minus 87 to get a 21 right here. All right, let's see. UXB. U to X to B. Well, I see another diameter right here. So that's going to help me find that UXB. So I'm going to do 180 minus 21 minus 87. That gives me 72. A shorter way to get that would have been if I noticed those vertical angles, didn't it? Okay. S to T. S to T goes back to this angle, which is 21 degrees. WV. WV goes back to this angle, which is on a diameter, so 180 minus 72 to get 108 degrees. T to W. Notice how it only has two letters, so that means it's a minor arc. So T to W is actually going to be that one. Don't go the other way, that's going to be a major arc. So I'm adding 72 and 21 for 93 degrees. And then T, V, W. T to V to W. Well, that's an 87 and a 72 and that 108 that I got rid of red for a total of 267. All right, so let's see here. On number 3, I have C to D. C to D is going back to this angle, which is 90, so I have a 90-degree angle. F, well, hold on, there's a couple diameters here. This is a diameter, so if one side is 90, the other side has to be 90. This is a diameter as well. So if one side is 90, the other side has to be 90. So I'm doing F to D. Again, it's two letters, so it's a minor arc. I'm looking at 34 and 90, so I'm looking at 124. D, C, F. D to C to F. So I am looking at a 90, a 90, and I don't know what this piece right here is. Well, I can find it. I can do 360. All right, 360 minus my 390s, minus my 34 to get that tiny piece, which is going to be 56. Add another 56 for a total of 236 there. And then last we have G to D to F. G to D to F. So that's everything but the 56 I just found. So 360 minus 56, 304. Go ahead and try that last one on your own and check your answers when you are done. Alright, and there we go, we have them. First thing I noticed were some vertical angles that I have in yellow. Then I used some diameters to go from there. Alright, let's do some with algebra. So let's look at number 6. I want to solve for x. My x is sitting right here. What I noticed to start is I noticed that this full angle and this full angle are vertical angles. This together has to equal this together. So to solve for x, I would want to set those equal because vertical angles are equal. But I need to combine both pieces, that 18x times 2 and that 15, set it equals 103. So that 18x plus 13 equals 103. And that's 18x equals 90. So x would equal 5 there. Alright, let's try another one. Let's go down to number 7. These angles, again, are going to be vertical angles. They're across from each other, so those should be congruent. So I want to set these equal to each other. If I minus my 8x, gives me 2x. If I add 122, it's 34. So x is 17. Now I have to find the ones that actually look equal. A to D, again, it's two letters, so it's a minor arc, so we want to travel the shortest distance. That's going to be 8 times 17 plus 12, so 148 degrees. C to D, I want to travel the shortest distance, minor arc. That's sitting on a diameter. So I know that red and blue together are going to be 180. So 180 minus blue for a total of 32 degrees. And then your last one, B to D to C. B to D to C. I know that blue is 148. I know that red is 32. And then that red piece would be on the other side as well, so I have another 32 for a total of 212. These two angles, we have this one and this one. Those are forming a diameter, so those should add up to equal 180 degrees. So 5x and 17x is 22x. 23 minus 41 is 18. Add that 18 over. 22x equals 98. Divided by 22, that times equals 9. So J to K, that goes with my blue one. So that's 5 times 9 plus 23. That's 68. M to J, that goes over here, which also corresponds to this red. Those are vertical. So 17 times 9 minus 41, which is 112 degrees. And then my last one, L to M to K. L to M to K. That's my blue piece, 68, plus my red piece, 112, plus another blue piece, because we're vertical, for a total of 240 feet. Great, go ahead and do number 9 on your own. Just notice that 90, so again, that is a central angle. So if there's 90 at the angle, there's also 90 at the arc that is being tracked by those two endpoints. So from there, go ahead and solve for x, and then find each of your arcs from there. All right, please bring any questions to class tomorrow.